The reason why we keep coming back to this event is because this is one event where there's a congregation of CIOs and they give time for new things rather than talking about the same old things again and again. So that's a very interesting thing or a proposition for a company like us, and that's why we find this extremely interesting to come back. So there are a whole lot of things which will be game changing for enterprises. When you look at network, 5G is something that everybody is talking about, but then Wi-Fi 6 will come in the LAN. And Wi-Fi 6 is nothing but 5G in the LAN. So there'll be a congregation between 5G in the LAN to 5G in the WAN. So, everything will be software defined at that point of time. Then you're also hearing about edge computing. So with edge computing, edge network will come in. And of course, security will change dramatically from where it is today to what it will be tomorrow with everything coming together. So there are a whole lot of things which are emerging. And the best place to look at maybe Gartner's hype cycle. If you look at the uncertainty per se, it's actually good for some businesses. The uncertainty is not happening because things are in a mess. They're happening because old ways are not working anymore. Things need to change in a new manner, right? Or a new way of doing business needs to come in, where the old people are not able to scale up, and that's where you're seeing the firing happening. Most of the cases, that is the case, that you have an old way of working that's not working, and the new ways of working is coming in. Now, for new ways of working, obviously you'll need new technologies and new implementation which will support the entire ecosystem. So that's what we are doing at this point of time. So here we are not going to do Wi-Fi 6, but SD-WAN as a topology, or security on the cloud, or moving to cloud itself with low capex and high, where the company doesn't have to invest in money or dollars right now, but they can spread it over a period of time, is what is gaining traction. See, one of the things that typically happens is that each CXO has different requirements. The CMO's requirement is very different from the CDO's requirement to the CIO's requirement. Many times we do the mistake of talking to only one type of CXO, maybe the CIO, and ignore the others, because we think that the CMO's requirement will actually filter down from the CIO, which is many times is not right, because for your products and services, the use case the best, right? So for example, if I ask you to define this event for me, you will define it in a very different manner than somebody else, right? Because you're a first-hand person. Similarly, my products and services, I'll be able to do it better to the CXO directly rather than through somebody else. So that's what we do. We go and engage with multiple whether it's a CMO or CIO or a CDO, to explain to them how the use cases is going to benefit. That's what we do.